Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. They've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Gamecocks will put total leather and we'll get started. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Georgia's offense will start this game off. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might as well stick with him. Sweet feet on the move. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Getting some heat. Zings it complete to the right. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one. The tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Trying to break the plane on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. Well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Gamecocks offense will go to work for the first time. And there's no doubt, guys, we will be focused on these two star playmakers on the outside.
I'm curious to see. We're going to see today. I don't know if either of these defenses is confident enough to go mano-a-mano with these two dudes on the field. They're two of the best in the nation.
These cornerbacks aren't looking for man-to-man coverage. I can promise you that. They'd be like, give me some help over here. But we're going to see some split screens, and we're going to see who had more catches, who had more yards. We're definitely going to be breaking that down this game.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Makes his connection.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Give to the back. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple... For a lot of these smaller running backs that have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires and picked off.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage, and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
The give to the back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Bringing it back. The 40. And he was looking for the pick 6. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown Gamecocks.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
They'll go back to the ground. Slithers into space. Can anyone catch him? He now has 91 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Quick handoff. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill. And
just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They'll run it from the gun. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. Running it back, it's Tuggle. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything
running toward the tape. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Coming after him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
He's got it down the middle. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
To the air, it's Raiola. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, they take a sack right down by the goal line, guys, and I think the route concept really didn't help the quarterback out there. Normally, you're thinking this is going to be a quick hitter, get the ball out of his hands fast, but that was a very...
And he's got it! Touchdown, Georgia! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellows, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Baylor sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Waco. That's how much they took the crowd out of it. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standards, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to move it through the air. It's caught downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Going up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Back to the air one more time. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Defense were always trying to get some tips. Break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
They were on the move. The 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. And it's no good. He missed it. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. With jet sweep pass. Inside the 45. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Facing a third down and short from the 26. They'll try to get it through the air. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. In modern college football, Jess, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
Dropping back, it's Raiola. Finds his man down the middle. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to seal the edge on the right. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. And I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get the sack just like that. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit.
Number 14, on to punt it away.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. And they got him for the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Got his man in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. He now has 110 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it's picked off. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The toss to the outside. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Or you should have ran a better route.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
Going with the ground game left. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds his big tight end. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very...
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Gonna take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And it's caught at the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion. So
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that first down play, now giving up a... Second down, you better be very careful about this third down play call.
That brings us to third and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Touchdown, Georgia! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need. all game long up front to have any success when we decide to run it. Now, I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. He's got his man. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Breaks the tackle. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Georgia going back to work with another 1st down. Quarterback checking the play. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Dogs! And the stomping has commenced. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Florida took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Gainesville. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Looking for a block. It's Tuggle.
Returner brings it out to the 38. And Georgia Bulldogs will take over.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't...
Looking deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in. They are this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Gets down with the slide.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect. The protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles.
Oh, right through his fingers, he muffed it. And the returner will be dragged down.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner is literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell on.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you gotta have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the...
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And the punishment has been extended. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. It hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves him in a hole. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. They keep attacking through the air, using the quick game.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Dogs! And the defense doing work. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Yeah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
Goalpost tapping you on the shoulder. Just take care of the football here. And sure, tackling there to keep them from getting to the first down marker. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt.
Picks up a chunk of yards. Brings up.
He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the beatdown has ensued. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent. Forget this day ever happened.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. The Gamecocks will punt this one away. On the return, it's Tuggle. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on 1st down. He wants to go deep. Snags it on the right. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been